Día 4 en la Ciudad de México.
La llenas, ya nada más con un palito como que le vas haciendo hoyito con tu dedo. Ya así le vas poniendo. Porque bueno, ahí cuando mí, uno llenaba y hacía hoyitos. Y ya los otros agarraron el plato de plástico. Y las tapaban. O no, otro ya.
Giorgio Keith vibes.
Bien.
Lo que suelto.
Hola.
¿Qué va a llevar? Dígame, señor.
Estamos bien.
Sí, estamos bien buscando. This bird. So this morning I went to Xochimilco, to a flower market in Xochimilco with Javier and Pablo, and the flowers were gorgeous. If I ever end up living in Mexico City at some point, I could totally see myself going there like weekly or something for a cute little ritual on Sunday to buy a new plant until my apartment is absolutely filled with plants. That's so something I would do. We'll see if it ever happens. After we finished walking around the market, we sat down at a stand and got quesadillas, and they were delicious. But I was talking to Pablo in Spanish, and the couple sitting next to us noticed, and I made eye contact with them a few times, and then we started talking to them, and they were really nice. And when we left, they said they thanked me for coming to their country and traveling here, which I thought was really sweet. And one comment they made was that security here, like crime, I guess, is out of control. People are out of control. So, and to be careful with my camera. Security here in Mexico City is something interesting. It's very complex. I am not going to talk about it yet. My life right now, I feel, is so overwhelming and chaotic. Oh, it's so much. It's so much. Yesterday I finished a book that was an emotional roller coaster, absolutely. And so much. But life is still great. It's nice to have a lot to contemplate and think about and process. I enjoy staying busy, and it keeps me moving forward and evolving and changing and growing as a person, which I wouldn't trade for anything, even if it's a struggle at some moments. So this has been my day 4 philosophical thoughts. Until tomorrow. Día 6 aquí en la Ciudad de México, mi último día. It's my last full day here in Mexico City. It's day 6 of my trip so far, and I've got so many more days to go. Oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. The past 6 days have been so overwhelming, just everything. The first night I got here, I went out with friends, and then I read a book, and it absolutely killed me. It was such an emotional roller coaster. And just not non-stop, but doing a lot of things, seeing a lot of different places. As always when I travel, I've been learning a lot about myself, and I really am ready for some alone time, and to get to go to Guanajuato and travel, and just do what I want, and not have to worry about other people. I love people, and they make trips so amazing, but I do want my alone time. I want to be able to go out and explore, and do as I please, and not have someone worrying a ton for me. I want to be able to do some little reckless things. This coming from the guy who just talked about security in Mexico City. But I'm not talking about not doing things, like keeping care of my belongings. Not that reckless, just like, I don't know, I want to explore places, and some people think that's reckless, but I want to do it. So, Parque Mexico here is probably my favorite place that I've been to in Mexico. In Mexico City, at least. The trees and the plants are just so nice to see and calming. The markets are amazing. I can't just pick one though, so I'm not going to say the markets are my favorite place. The markets are one of my favorite types of places, I guess. Markets in Mexico in general are just so much more interesting in my opinion. There's such a wide variety of products and produce and things in such a small area. And different vendors, there's like a lot more diversity. I find it to be a much more gratifying experience, mainly because there's a human connection still, because you're talking to a vendor and a person, and if you live here, then there's room for you to build a relationship. Whereas in the United States, it's just like a random cashier and it's all about efficiency and getting you in and out. But there's room for building a relationship with someone. If you buy your calabaza from the same person every week, or you know, and little things like that. If you buy your mamey from the same person every week. And it's very regional and specific to Mexico, the content of the markets at least. Like mamey, this fruit that I've been eating for breakfast just about every day, that I had never heard of or tried before. Ooh, big philosophical thoughts here. Right now it's the rainy season, so in the afternoons it usually rains, and when the rain comes it gets cold, it gets chillier. Every time, it never fails. The temperature drops like 15 degrees. It's interesting. I like the pattern and the cycle of it. So yeah, everything in the park's wet now. Thankfully it rained mostly while I was at dinner. / lunch. Now time to go walk around some more. Also, shout out, thank you Luis for letting me keep this jacket that I borrowed.